صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب صدق الله العظيم.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. من توقف إن شاء الله. اہل نظر کی آنکھ کا تارا علی علی، اہل نظر کی آنکھ کا تارا علی علی، اہل نظر کے دل کا، اہل نظر کے دل کا سہارا علی علی، علی 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 مولا علی مولا علی 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 علی. رحمت نے لے لیا مجھے آغوش نور میں، رحمت نے لے لیا مجھے آغوش نور میں، رحمت نے لے لیا مجھے آغوش نور میں، رحمت نے لے لیا مجھے آغوش نور میں. میں نے کبھی جو رو کے پکارا علی علی، میں نے کبھی جو رو کے پکارا علی علی، علی 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 مولا علی مولا علی علی. دنیا میں سب سے عالی گھرانے کے نور ہو، دنیا میں سب سے عالی گھرانے کے نور ہو، دنیا میں سب سے عالی گھرانے کے نور ہو. اس واسطے ہے نام تمہارا علی علی، اس واسطے ہے نام تمہارا علی علی، علی 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 مولا علی مولا علی علی. ایک کیف ایک سرور سا چھایا ہے رات دل، ایک کیف ایک سرور سا چھایا ہے رات دل، ایک کیف ایک سرور سا چھایا ہے رات دل، ایک کیف ایک سرور سا چھایا رات دل جب سے ہوا ہے ورد ہمارا علی علی، جب سے ہوا ہے ورد ہمارا اس واسطے ہے نام تمہارا علی علی، اعظم یہ مغفرت کی سند ہے ہمارے پاس، اعظم یہ مغفرت کی سند ہے ہمارے پاس، اعظم یہ مغفرت کی سند ہے ہمارے پاس، ہم ہیں علی کے اور ہمارا علی علی، ہم ہیں علی کے اور ہمارا علی علی، اہل نظر کی آنکھ کا تارا علی علی، اہل وفا کے دل کا سہارا علی علی۔
If you would like to all join in. Sallallahu alayka ya Rasulallah, wa sallam alayka ya Habiballah. پشتوں سے میں نصیر ہوں منگتا حسین کا، پشتوں سے میں نصیر ہوں منگتا حسین کا، پشتوں سے میں نصیر ہوں منگتا حسین کا، ورثے میں نے پایا ہے صدقہ حسین کا، ورثے میں نے پایا ہے صدقہ حسین کا، قبضہ کی زد میں آج میدان حشر بھی، قبضہ کی زد میں آج میدان حشر بھی، قربان عمر کا دیکھا حسین کا، قربان جاؤ عمر کا دیکھا حسین کا، میزان حشر کی مجھے کیا فکر ہو نصیب، میزان حشر کی مجھے کیا فکر ہو نصیب، بڑی ہمیشہ رہتا ہے پلہ حسین کا، بڑی ہمیشہ رہتا ہے پلہ حسین کا، پشتوں سے میں نصیر ہوں منگتا حسین کا، ورثے میں نے پایا ہے صدقہ حسین کا۔
صلی اللہ علیہ
رسول اللہ
سلطان زمن پھول سرتاب قدم ہے تن سلطان زمن پھول لب پھول دہن پھول زخن پھول بدن پھول صدقے میں تیرے باغ تو کیا لائے گے بن پھول صدقے میں تیرے باغ تو کیا لائے گے بن پھول اس اونچا دل کو بھی تو ایمان ہو کے بن پھول اس اونچا دل کو بھی تو ایمان ہو کے بن پھول کیا بات رضا اس چمنستان کرم کی کیا بات رضا اس چمنستان کرم کی زہرا ہے کلی جس میں حسین اور حسن پھول زہرا ہے کلی جس میں حسین اور حسن پھول سرتاب قدم ہے تن سلطان زمن
الحمد للہ رب العالمین والعاقبۃ للمتقین والصلاة والسلام علی رسولہ محمد وآلہ وصحبہ اجمعین اما بعد فقال اللہ تبارک وتعالی فی کتابہ الکریم رضی اللہ عنہم ورضوا عنہ صدق اللہ العظیم وقال النبی صلی اللہ تعالی علیہ وسلم انا مدینۃ العلم وعلی بابها صدق رسول اللہ صدق اللہ العظیم وصدق رسولہ النبی الامین المختار الکریم ونحن علی ذلک لمن الشاہدین والشاکرین والحمد للہ رب العالمین۔ انتہائی محترم اور مکرم بزرگوں، نوجوان ساتھیوں، عزت مآب میری ماؤں اور بہنوں، آئیے اپنے معمول کے مطابق آقا انعامدار ہم سب کے تاجدار حضور خاتم المرسلین رحمت للعالمین صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کی مقدس بارگاہ میں اپنی غلامی کا ثبوت دیتے ہوئے بآواز بلند درود پاک کا ہدیہ پیش کریں اور پڑھیں۔ اللہم صلی علی سیدنا و شفیعنا و مولانا محمد معدن الجود والکرم وآلہ وصحبہ وبارک وسلم صلاۃ وسلام علیک یا رسول اللہ صلی اللہ تعالی علیہ وسلم۔ آپ نعتہائے مبارکہ اور مناقب کو سماعت فرما رہے تھے۔ One of the very beautiful couplet that you heard, that اعظم یہ مغفرت کی سند ہے ہمارے پاس۔ اعظم is the writer of this manqabat, and he is saying that we have this certificate of forgiveness with us. And what is that certificate? ہم ہیں علی کے اور Hamara Ali Ali. That we belong to Hazrat Sayyidina Maula Kainat Ali Karramallahu Ta'ala Wajhahul Kareem, and on the day of judgment we will be raised in the company of Hazrat Maula Kainat Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. In today's talk, inshallah, we will try and look at some of the greatest virtues of Hazrat Sayyidina Maula Kainat Khalifa Rabi' Huzur Akram sallallahu alaihi wasallam के वो अजीम खलीफा के जो न सिर्फ सहाबी रसूल हैं, he is not only the sahabi of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam, he is also the son-in-law of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is the one who was given the title of Sher Khuda, the lion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the one who was given the title of Haidar-e Karrar, the bravest person, and whose sword and the sword that he used in the battles, and people till today remember that sword as Zulfiqar-e Haidari. So not only we remember Hazrat Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu with his titles, we remember the things that belong to Hazrat Sayyidina Maula Murtada radiyallahu ta'ala an. We'll try and understand that how important it is as a Sunni, as someone who belongs to Ahlul Sunnati wa Jama'at, to love Hazrat Maula Kainat Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. The kind of knowledge Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had bestowed upon Hazrat Maula Kainat Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala an, his love for Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam, his understanding of Quran, and the kind of Quranic knowledge that was given to Hazrat Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala an. These are some of the aspects that we will discuss in today's talk. Hazrat Maula Murtada Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala an, Ala Hazrat praises him in a best possible way that a poet can talk about Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu ta'ala an. And he says, Murtada Sher Haq Ashja'ul Ashja'in. Some of the qualities of Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu ta'ala an. Murtada, Sayyidina Ali was known as Murtada. Sher Haq, the lion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ashja'ul Ashja'in, bravest of the bravest ones. That means there were many people around that time who were brave. Hazrat Ali karramallahu ta'ala wajhahul kareem, Maula Kainat, was the bravest among all of them. And then he says, Babe Fadlu Wilayat pe lakhon salam. He is the door to the kindness, and he is the door to the wilayat and the friendship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The person who gets close to Maula Kainat, he gets close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. कि जब अली के करीब हो जाओगे तो रब के करीब हो जाओगे. और फिर कहते हैं कि शेर शमशीर जन शाह खैबर शिकन. The kind of skills he was given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in terms of using his sword. And then Shah Khaybar Shikan is a king who was the reason for the victory of Khaybar. And finally, Ala Hazrat says, Partawe daste qudrat pe lakhon salam. Partaw means somebody who is the shadow. Partawe daste qudrat. May thousands of salutations be upon the one who was the shadow of the qudrat and the might of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That if you want to see the might of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, look at the shuja'at, look at the bravery of Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and you will know that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He bestows someone with the bravery, with any quality and any skills, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not leave any weakness in that person. This is Hazrat Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala. His name was Ali, and according to some of the narrations, the name that he got, it was given by Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam himself. His father Janabi Abu Talib, he served to Prophet ﷺ throughout his life since Rasulullah ﷺ announced his prophethood until Abu Talib passed away. He served to Rasulullah ﷺ unconditionally. He did not put any condition that, oh my nephew, if you do this, then I will look after you. If you do that, then I will look after you. No. The father of Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he served to Rasul Akram alayhi salatu wasalam throughout his life. His mother, Hazrat Fatima bint Asad, she was one of the Hashmi women, and she was the first among those Hashmi women to believe in Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam and to migrate. Hazrat Maula Kainat Ali Shareef radiallahu ta'ala anhu was born in after 30 years of Amul Fil. Amul Fil is, as we are trying to understand each of the Khulafa and their birth according to the Amul Fil. Rasulullah ﷺ was born 90 days after Abraha attacked Makkatul Mukarramah, and Hazrat Ali Shareef radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he was born 30 years after that attack of Abraha on Makkatul Mukarramah. That means he was 30 years younger than Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. And from the young age, when he was very young, Hazrat Janabi Abu Talib had many children. And at some point, he was struck with the poverty. He was finding it hard to look after all of his children. And Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, he advised other people of the family to look after the children of Janabi Abu Talib. And among them was Sayyidina Ali karramallahu ta'ala wajhul kareem. So Hazrat Ali came under the care of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam at a very young age. And if I mention one of the narration that when Hazrat Ali was born, according to some of the books of ahadith, when he was born for 3 days, he did not drink any milk. And the family was very worried that a child who is newborn, he is not eating or drinking anything. And they called upon Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam that your cousin is not drinking anything. He is a newborn baby. Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam came and he lifted Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Hazrat Ali opened his eyes, and Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam gave his tongue in the mouth of Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala. Look at the phase and look at the connection with Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam that Hazrat Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu found is from the time he was born. So the first thing Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu had was the saliva of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. This is what we call tahniq. Tahniq is the first thing that any food that we give to the child. It's called tahniq. We find a pious person, we find a Maulana, or we find a Sadat, and they do tahniq of that child. Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu's tahniq was done by Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. Qubul Islam, how did he become Muslim? Again, among the young people, Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu was the first person who accepted Islam. And Imam Jalaluddin Suyuti rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi mentioned that Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu one day, because he used to live with Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, so at night he saw that Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam and Bibi Khadija, they are performing salah. When they finished, Hazrat Maula Kainat asked Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam that, what were you doing? Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam replied that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent me in this world with a religion where we worship only one God. And we were worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam invited Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu to accept Islam. Hazrat Ali said, because he was too young. He was, according to Ala Hadrat rahmatullahi ta'ala ali, between 8 and 10. And some narrators, they said he was 9 years old. So between that age, he was too young. And he said, I need to ask my father, Abu Talib. If my father says, then I will do so. And then the night Prophet ﷺ told him and invited him to Islam, the next day, Hazrat Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu comes to Rasulullah alayhi salatu and he prays the Kalima-e-Shahadat. He accepted Islam at the age of 9, very young age. That means he has never worshipped any idols. He never bowed down to anyone in front of anybody. Allahu Akbar. And he served to Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam in the best possible manner anyone could serve to Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. Look at the story of Hijrah. When Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam migrated, the time was very difficult upon Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam and those people who were around Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, because Quraysh, they decided and they chose a young man from each tribe of kuffar to kill Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. And they were outside of Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam's house. Now Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, he calls Hazrat Ali and he says, Ali, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded me to migrate from Makkah to Medina. I'm going to Madinatul Munawwarah tonight, and you will be sleeping in my bed, and then tomorrow when you wake up, give everybody their belongings. Now imagine, Prophet ﷺ was the Amin, the trustworthy. And Kuffar Makkah trusted Rasulullah ﷺ so much that even they didn't believe he was the Prophet, and they refused to believe in Rasulullah ﷺ, yet they left their belongings with Prophet ﷺ. And then Hazrat Maula Sayyidina Ali karamallahu ta'ala wajhul kareem, he states that Prophet ﷺ left that night. I woke up peacefully in the morning. I had no worries, because Prophet had told Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala that wake up tomorrow, give everyone their belongings, then come to Medina, I will see you in Medina. So he had this assurance from whom? Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, that you will come and see me in Madinatul Munawwarah. Maula Kaina says that those days were the most peaceful days for me. Why? Because I knew until I go to Madinatul Munawwarah and I will see Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, death is not going to come to me. Because the assurance was given by Rasul Pak alayhi salatu wasalam. Maula Kainat, he says that for 3 days I was in Makkah. No worries about kuffar. And then when I migrated, as we learnt before, that people used to migrate quietly. Hazrat Ali says, I migrated peacefully as well. I left Makkatul Mukarramah very peacefully, and I reached to Medina in Quba. I met Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam. Now, if you look at this, in a way he put his life on stake, because he knew outside there are people who want to kill Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam. And in case if they come inside the room and whoever is in the bed of Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam, that person will be slaughtered and killed. Yet Hazrat Maula Kainat Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he obeyed the command of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam, and he did not think twice. He did not question Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam that, Ya Rasulullah, what will happen if people come inside and attack on me? No. Their iman was such that once Allah and Rasul said something, they would be on it. Steadfastness, that was their quality. And that is what Hazrat Sayyidina Ali karamallahu ta'ala wajhahul kareem, he showed on that day. Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, when we read the Jummah khutbah, many times we hear that Khatib says, Akhir Rasul wa Zawjil Batul. What is Akhir Rasul? Why do we call Hazrat Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu the brother of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam? Now, look at this riwayat. At the time of Tabuk, Tirmizi Sharif Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu is the narrator of this hadith. And he says at the time when Muhajirun, they reached from Makkatul Mukarramah to Madinatul Munawwara, Rasulullah ﷺ, he commanded each Ansari, one Ansari to take one Muhajir, a local of Medina, take one immigrant who came from Makkah. They made them brothers, that you are brothers with this person. At the end, Hazrat Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he came to Rasulullah ﷺ crying. He had tears in his eyes. And he said, Ya Rasulullah, you created ukhuwat between everyone except me. I am left. Rasulullah ﷺ, he looked at Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and very lovingly he said that, O Ali, anta akhi fi dunya wal akhirah. The rest of the people, Muhajirun, they were made brothers with Ansar. Ali, you are my akh, you are my brother in this dunya and in the hereafter. कि अली सिर्फ इस मदीने में नहीं बल्कि दुनिया में भी तुम मेरे भाई हो और आखिरत में भी तुम मेरे भाई हो. लेकिन ताज्जुब की बात यह है कि मौला कायनात अली शेर खुदा रदियल्लाहु ताला अन्हु ने अपनी पूरी ज़िंदगी, पूरी हयात तय्यबा में नबी को अपना भाई कहकर नहीं बुलाया. आपने कभी नहीं कहा कि नबी मेरे भाई हैं, हालांकि हुजूर ने उनको अपना भाई कहा. तो फिर कोई गुस्ताख अगर अपनी किताब में ये लिख दे कि नबी का मर्तबा हमारे बड़े भाई जैसा है, तो फिर उसके बारे में हम क्या अकीदा रखें, उसके ईमान की हम कैसा फैसला करें. हज़रत मौला कायनात was called akh of Rasulullah by Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam, but for his whole life he never called Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam, oh my brother, or my older brother. No. The respect they had, they always called Ya Rasulullah, Ya Habib Allah, Fidaka Abi wa Ummi Ya Rasulullah. That is how they address Rasul Akram alayhi salatu wassalam. If we look at some of the ahadith and the qualities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given to Sayyidina Maula Kainat Ali Sher Khuda Mushkil Kusha radiyallahu ta'ala an, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given the amazing knowledge to Hazrat Sayyidina Ali Karramallahu Ta'ala Wajhul Kareem. And why not? If you look at the hadith in Hakim writes in his Mustadrak this hadith, and Imam Delmi as well, that Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, he once addressed to Sahaba and he said, Ana Madinatul Ilm wa Aliyun Babuha. A very famous hadith which you heard after the khutbah. Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam said, Ana Madinatul Ilm wa Aliyun Babuha. I am the city of knowledge. Madinatul Ilm, city of knowledge, and Ali is the door to that city. पहले शहर होते थे, before there used to be cities, they would be entirely covered, and few gates from various sides would be there. Anybody who wanted to enter in the city, he had to go through that gates. Rasul Akram alayhi salatu wasalam, he is explaining to us that my knowledge, I am like a city of knowledge, but Ali is gate to that city. If you want to come, and then Prophet said, فَمَنْ أَرَادَ الْمَدِينَةَ فَلْيُؤْتِي بِالْبَابِ فَلْيُؤْتِ الْبَابِ. That whoever intends to come to the city, he has to go through the bab of that city. Now what is our view on the Khawarij, who have hatred for Hazrat Sayyidina Ali Karamallahu Ta'ala Wajhul Kareem, and for the Ahlul Bayt? Rasul Akram alayhi salatu wasalam, he is telling us to go through Sayyidina Ali if you want to seek the knowledge. And I'll tell you one more thing, that the students who study Arabic as a language, and they study the grammar, and there are two very main elements of that grammar. One is called sarf and the other one is called nahu. And they talk about the grammar of Arabic, how this was invented. And if I tell you that every single group, every single sect, every single Darul Uloom, every single institute of Islamic sciences, they teach sarf and nahu. But the beginning of this sarf and nahu is by Sayyidina Ali karramallahu ta'ala wajhul kareem. He is the founder of Arabic grammar. Hazrat Abul Aswad Duwaili, he used to serve to Hazrat Maula Ali karramallahu ta'ala wajhahul kareem. And he says that one day I went to Hazrat Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala and I saw him in deep thoughts. And I asked that, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, it seems like you are thinking very deeply about something and you seem worried. Hazrat Ali karramallahu ta'ala wajhahul kareem stated that I'm looking at people, and I'll give you not the exact words of the narration to explain it to you, the conclusion of it. Hazrat Ali karramallahu ta'ala wajhahul kareem replied that I could see people who are non-Arab, they are twisting Arabic, and I'm worried about that. And I want to invent some qawaid, some rules for that. Abul Aswad Duwaili, he said that I became very happy and I said to Sayyidina Maula Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu that Huzur, this is the best thoughts you have and best plan you have. You can start upon it. And that's how the Arabic grammar, Sarf and Nahw came into existence. Now today, regardless of whether you're Sunni or Deobandi or Wahhabi, whoever you are, you teach that subject. This is the phase of the knowledge of Hazrat Maula Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala. He was Babul Ilm. And then another narration in Hilyatul Awliya as well as Tabqat Kubra by Ibn Sa'd. They're saying that An Ali radiyallahu ta'ala قال والله ما نزلت آية إلا وقد علمتم في ما نزلت. The knowledge of Quran that Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu had, it was amazing. And before I present this riwayat, I'll give you another narration and then you will understand this better. Hazrat Maula Kainat Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he says that the conclusion of entire Quran is in Surah Yasin. Surah Yasin. And the conclusion of Surah Yasin is in Bismillah. And the conclusion of Bismillah is in the dot of Ba. And if I write the tafsir and the commentary of that, I can fill 70 camels with the books. How many? 70 camels with the books. If you take this and think that even one camel carries one book of the tafsir of Hazrat Maula Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, 70 books. 70 camels, 70 books. But one camel does not carry only one book. It carries many, many books. Hazrat Maula Kainat Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu was given this kind of knowledge by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he is saying that by Allah, ma nazalat ayatun, there is none of the ayah of Quran which was revealed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, waqad alimtu fima nazalat. And I knew that what was the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent it upon Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. I knew it, any ayah of Quran. And then it says, wa ayna nazalat. And I knew where it was revealed. It is easy maybe to remember the shan-e-nuzul of the ayat. If you read Quran again and again, if you read Kanzul Iman or translation of Quran and brief tafsir of it, you may remember the shan-e-nuzul, that this is the reason for this ayah, this is the reason for this ayah it was revealed. But to remember where it was revealed is very difficult. He's not talking only about Makki and Madani, because that is very simple. This surah is Madani, ayat were revealed in Medina. This surah is Makki, ayat were revealed in Makkah. He's talking about the exact point where it was revealed. कहाँ नाजिल हुई थी मैं वो भी बता सकता हूँ. وَعَلَى مَنْ نَزَلَتْ. In whose case the ayah was revealed, I can tell you that too. Allahu Akbar. This is Sayyidina Ali karramallahu ta'ala wajhul kareem that he's saying that. Why not? Rasul Akram alayhi salatu wasalam, the riwayat of Tibrani, he mentioned that Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam stated, Aliyun ma'al Qur'an. Aliyun ma'al Qur'an, ke Ali Qur'an ke saath hai. Ali is with Qur'an, with the Holy Qur'an. Wal Qur'anu ma'a Ali. And the Holy Quran is with Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And then what? Prophet says, وَلَا يَفْتَرِقَانِ حَتَّى يَرِدَ عَلَى الْحَوْضِ. They will not separate from each other until they will meet me at the fountain of Kawthar. कुरान अली के साथ है, अली कुरान के साथ है, और इनका साथ उस वक्त तक रहेगा जब क़यामत में हौज़े कौसर पर वो मेरी मुलाकात करेंगे. Now tell me something. You have Quran in your house? Every Muslim has Quran in their house. According to this hadith, Ali is with Quran. You have Ali in your house. इल्म आप सीखते हैं, इल्म नबी से आता है, तो आप समझें कि उसके दरवाजे अली हैं, उनसे होके ये इल्म हम तक पहुंचा है. ये हज़रत सैयदना मौला कायनात अली शेर खुदा रदी अल्लाह ताला अन्हु की ज़ात बाबरकत है. एक वाक़या पेश कर दूँ और उसके बाद फिर अपनी गुफ्तगू को आगे बढ़ाता हूँ. एक यहूदी हज़रत मौला कायनात अली शेर खुदा रदी अल्लाह ताला अन्हु की बारगाह में हाजिर हुआ, उनसे मुलाकात हुई. That Yehudi had a beard which was very light beard, faint beard. And Hazrat Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu had a very thick beard. And then he questioned that, Ali, you say, and people talk about you, that you have knowledge of Quran in such a way, at a level where every question is asked to you, you have the answer for that question from the book of Allah, from the Holy Quran. Now my question is, why my beard is this light and your beard is very thick? Now Hazrat Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he smiled and he recited one ayah. The ayah was, وَالْبَلَدُ الطَّيِّبُ يَخْرُجُ نَبَاتُهُ بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهِ. When the land is good, whatever grows on that land is with the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then the part of the ayah says, وَالَّذِي خَبُثَ لَا يَخْرُجُ إِلَّا نَكِدًا. And when the land is unclean and impure, whatever comes out poorly. So your beard is like the way your land is, and my beard is with the fazl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala thick. कि तेरी दाढ़ी ज़मीन की ख़राबी का सबब है और मेरी दाढ़ी रब के फ़ज़ल का सबब है. कुरान की एक ही आयत में पूरे मुअम्मे को हज़रत मौला कायनात अली शेर खुदा रदी अल्लाह ताला अन्हु ने सुलझा दिया. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he mentioned in one of the ayah, commanding Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, قُلْ لَا أَسْأَلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ أَجْرًا إِلَّا الْمَوَدَّةَ فِي الْقُرْبَةِ. Maqam Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu ta'ala and the rank of Hazrat Maula Kainat. Why do we love him? Why, as a Sunni, we have to have a special place for Hazrat Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu ta'ala in our hearts? The reason is this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded you and I that Prophet does not want anything in return for whatever he gave to you and I: Iman, faith, the recognition of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the closeness of Allah azza wa jal, Jannat and Jahannam, to understand them, all of that. In return, Prophet does not want anything. What does he want? إِلَّا الْمَوَدَّةَ فِي الْقُرْبَةِ. Except the love for the household of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam. Qurba का मतलब होता है रिश्तेदार, करीबी रिश्तेदार. Hazrat Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he says that قالوا, the Sahaba asked Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam that, Ya Rasulullah, man qarabatuka ha'ula'i alladhina wajabat alayna mawaddatuhum, that who are these qarabat and rishtedar and your close family whose love is necessary and wajib upon us? Now listen to the answer. Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam said, Qala Aliyun wa Fatima wa binahuma. Ali, Fatima, and both of their children, their two children, Hassan and Hussein, they are my mawaddat. They are my qurba, and you have to have mawaddat for them. You have to have love for them. That is the reason Ahlul Sunnati wa Jamaat, we love the household of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam. And if you look at the love of Hazrat Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu for Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam, the love of Sahaba towards Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam was unconditional and greatest ever anybody could have seen in the entire history, that any human has been loved unconditionally by anyone better than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, by the Sahaba. You will not find anyone. It is Sahaba who loved Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and adored Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasallam dearly. So much so that sometimes the first ibadat was gone and Sahabi was serving to Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasallam. आप शायद कंफ्यूज हो जाएंगे कि इबादत अल्लाह की, उसको छोड़ के सहाबी नबी की खिदमत में लगे हैं, ये मुमकिन कैसे है? तो ज़रा सुने. हज़रत इमाम हाफिज़ अबू जाफ़र तहावी रहमतुल्लाहि ताला अलैह and many other muhaddisun, they have narrated this hadith. They say Asma bint Amis radiyallahu ta'ala anha, she is the narrator of this hadith pak. قالت كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يوحى إليه ورأسه في حجر علي. Rasul Akram alayhi salatu wasalam was resting and wahi was coming upon Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. And the blessed head of Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam was in the lap of Hazrat Maula Kainat Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Falam yusalli al-asra, and Prophet was resting. The time of Asr came, time of Asr went. Lam yusalli al-asr, he did not perform Asr Salah. Hazrat Maula Ali had to pray Asr, but Prophet was resting. What should he do now? Should he wake Prophet ﷺ up, or should he wait? He chose not to disturb Rasulullah ﷺ. जब हमारे मुआशरे में कहते हैं नहीं कि बड़े इबादत गुजार हैं, बड़े पढ़े लिखे हैं, बड़े अखलाक वाले हैं, मौलाए कायनात ने अल्लाह की इबादत को नबी करीम अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम की खातिर जाने दिया. वो जानते थे कि महबूब अल्लाह के हैं, नमाज की क़ज़ा तो मुमकिन है, असर छूटी है, असर बाद में पढ़ सकता हूँ, लेकिन नबी को अगर नाराज़ किया तो फिर मैं नबी को कैसे मनाऊंगा. हज़रत मौलाए कायनात असर छूट गई. लम युसल्लिल असर हत्ता ग़रबतिश शम्स, सन already set then, सूरज डूब गया, मगरिब का वक्त शुरू हो गया. The time of Maghrib started. फ़क़ाल रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, Prophet woke up and he asked, Sallayta ya Ali, did you perform Asr Salah, O Ali? Did you pray your namaz? Hazrat Maula Kainat said, Qala la, Ya Rasulullah, I did not pray my Asr. Faqala Rasulullah alayhi salat, Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam then said, made the dua. Look, the ikhtiyar and the power and the authority that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He gives to His beloved Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, we cannot imagine and comprehend that authority. Allahu Akbar. Allah की बारगाह में दुआ की, Allahumma innahu kana fi ta'atika wa ta'ati rasulik. O Allah, he was in the obedience of yourself and your Rasul alayhi salatu wassalam. If you understand the words, Prophet says, fi ta'atika. He was in the obedience of you, Ya Allah. Although Hazrat Ali was serving to who? Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam. Why did Prophet ﷺ say that he was serving you and his beloved Rasul, your beloved Rasul ﷺ? Because the person who serves to Rasulullah ﷺ as if he is obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nabi ki itaat Allah tabarak wa ta'ala की फरमा बरदारी है. नबी की बात मानना अल्लाह की बात को मानना है. नबी आराम कर रहे थे और अली नबी की खिदमत में लगे हुए थे. नबी की बात मानना गोया कि अल्लाह की बात मानना है. फिर क्या होता है? इन्नहु कान फी ताअतिका व ताअति रसूलिक फरदुद अलैहि शम्स। कभी आपने देखा है सूरज को वापस आते हुए? देखा है कभी? हम नहीं देख सकते, लेकिन एक वक्त ऐसा भी गुजरा है. There was a time when Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, he changed the mechanism and he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Fardud alayhi shams. Oh Allah, return the sun upon Ali radiallahu ta'ala. What happens? Hazrat Asma binti Umays radiallahu ta'ala anha, then she says that fara'aytuha gharabat, I saw with my eyes sun had already set. Thumma ra'aytuha tala'at ba'dama gharabat. Then I saw sun rising after it had already set. This is Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. And in another narration, there is a full waqiyah. فَتَوَضَّأَ عَلِيٌّ. Hazrat Maula Kainat ne phir wuzu kiya. He did the wudu. He performed his Salatul Asr, not qaza, ada. Imagine, Sayyidi Ala Hazrat Imam Ahle Sunnat Fazl Barelvi radiyallahu ta'ala anhu states that Maula Ali ne wari तेरी नींद पर नमाज. यहाँ अमल की हम बात करते हैं और ये सही है कि सुन्नी अमल में कच्चा होता है. अपनी नमाज़ों को छोड़ना, नियाज़ों में भीड़ भाड़ होना, मस्जिद में कम आना, कहीं खाने का प्रोग्राम हो तो कई 100 की तादाद में पहुंच जाना, ये हमारी आदत है. लेकिन हमें इससे भी इनकार नहीं कि सुन्नी नबी से मोहब्बत करता है. मौला अली ने वारी तेरी नींद पर नमाज. मौला अली, he sacrificed his asr on the sleep of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam, और वो भी asr. And the salah that he missed was salatul asr. a'la khatar ki hai. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is commanding you and I to observe and establish our salah, especially the asr one. وَالصَّلَاةِ الْوُسْطَى وَقُومُوا لِلَّهِ قَانِتِينَ. Hazrat Maula Kainat, he sacrificed the salah for the love of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, and because of that love, as a result of that love, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he gave him this greatest maqam, that sun was returned with the dua of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, and he performed his salatul asr ada in its time. Thumma gharabat, then sun went back. अब ज़रा देखें, एक बहुत ही प्यारा वाक़या. हम कहते हैं मौला अली. Many people, they have a problem with this. You can't say Maula. Maula, why would you say Maula to Ali? Yes? If we look at the riwayat, that who taught us to call Maula Ali, and not just Maula Ali, according to this hadith pak, we can say Maula-e Kainat. Maula has two meanings. The first meaning is a friend. The second meaning is helper. एक मतलब मौला का होता है दोस्त, और एक मतलब मौला का होता है मददगार, मदद करने वाला. चाहे हम दोस्त के माने में लें, चाहे हम मददगार के माने में लें, दोनों माने हजरत मौला कायनात मुश्किल कुशा पर फिट होते हैं. इस रिवायत को सुने. ये सहाबी हजरत बर्रा इब्ने आजिब रदियल्लाहु ta'ala anhu, qala kunna ma'a rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wasallam fi safarin, says that once we were in the journey with Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, and this journey was when they were returning from Hajjatul Wada. Hajjatul Wada करके वापस आ रहे थे, तब का ये वाक़या है. In Hajjatul Wada, there were approximately 124,000 Sahaba with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How many? 1,24,000 Sahaba हुजूर के साथ थे. इस मजमे में at least there would be 50 to 60,000 Sahaba with Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, because everyone must have despaired to their places after performing Hajj. But a large chunk of Sahaba, they were with Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. فَنَزَلْنَا بِغَدِيرِ خُمْ فَنُودِيَ فِينَ الصَّلَاةِ جَامِعَةً. At a place called Ghadir Khum, we stopped there, and Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, he commanded for salat, for the namaz. And according to some narration, it was Zohar Salah. Namaz was finished. And then Prophet ﷺ أخذ بيد علي. Huzur, he held the hand of Hazrat Sayyidina Ali karramallahu ta'ala wajhahu al-kareem. فقال, and then he says, now listen the way Prophet ﷺ moving to the content that he wants to tell the Sahaba. First, he makes a tamheed. जैसे तकरीर शुरू होने से पहले थोड़ी तमहीद होती है, फिर असल मौजू पे मुकर्रिर आता है. Huzur is making that tamheed forward. And he says, Prophet ﷺ said to the Sahaba, أَلَسْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ أَنِّي أَوْلَى بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ مِنْ أَنفُسِهِمْ. Don't you know I am close to the believers, closer than their own selves. Because Quran describes the connection of a believer with Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, that an-nabiyyu awla bil mu'minina min anfusihim. Ek nafs hamari zaat hai, how close you are to yourself. You don't even have to say I'm close to myself, because you are yourself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing our beloved Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, that Nabi is closer to you than you, how close you are to yourselves. Prophet asked the same question, am I not close to you than you are to yourselves? Sahaba said, yes, Ya Rasulullah. قالوا بلى. فأخذ بيد علي. Then he held the hand of Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala. فقال من كنت مولاه فعلي مولاه. That whoever's Mawla I am, Ali is Mawla of that person. कि जिसका मैं मौला, उसका अली मौला. तो अली मौला तो हमको नबी ने सिखाया. मन कुन्तु मौलाहु फ़अलियुन मौला. जिसका मैं मौला, उसका अली मौला. तो जब नबी ने सिखा दिया, तो फिर इसका कहना शिर्क या बिदअत कैसे हो गया? और ये एक रिवायत नहीं है, इस तरह की कई रिवायतें जो है हदीस की किताबों में मौजूद हैं. अब ज़रा देखें सहाबा की मोहब्बत. लोग कहते हैं कि हज़रत अली माअज़ल्लाह खुश नहीं थे हज़रत अबू बकर सिद्दीक़ की खिलाफत से, हज़रत उमर की खिलाफत से, आपस में इख्तिलाफ और दुश्मनी थी. ज़रा यहाँ देखें, इस रिवायत में आखिर में कहते हैं फ़लक़ियहु उमर बाद ज़ालिक. हज़रत उमर इब्न ख़त्ताब रदियल्लाहु ताला अन्हु, he met to Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu after that. When he met him, فَقَالَ لَهُ هَنِيئًا يَا إِبْنَ أَبِي طَالِبٍ. Said, Mubarak Bad, congratulations to you, O son of Abu Talib. Why? أَصْبَحْتَ وَأَمْسَيْتَ مَوْلَى كُلِّ مُؤْمِنٍ وَمُؤْمِنَةٍ. That your mornings and your evenings you will do in such a state that you will be the Mawla of every male and female believers. Who is saying this? Khalifa Sani Hazrat Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. To Hazrat Sayyidina Ali karramallahu ta'ala wajhahu al-kareem. Allahu Akbar. Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal radiyallahu ta'ala anhu and Musnad ibn Abi Shayba, they have quoted this hadith pak. So the maqam Ali is such that we can sit here and keep talking about it. The time will pass, but the fadail of Hazrat Maula Kainat will not end. The ahadith in the fadail of Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu are so many that these many ahadith we do not find in the fadail of any other Ashabi Rasul alayhimus salam. However, we also need to understand Ahlul Sunnati wa Jama'at is very balanced Jama'at, because the Ummah وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا. Allah has sent you and I as a nation of balanced nation. There is no exaggeration in anything. We do not exaggerate the maqam of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam and move to shirk. We do not exaggerate the maqam of Ahlul Bayt and move to Rafidiyat. We do not exaggerate the maqam of Hazrat Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu and move to Rafidiyat. we do not exaggerate the maqam of Sahaba in such a way that we become Khariji. We are the balanced Jama'at. We love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as He is our Ma'bud. We love Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam as He is our Prophet and Messenger, and He was born in the house of Hazrat Abdullah. We love Sahaba Kiram as they were the companion of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. We love Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. We love Sayyidina Amir Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala anhu. We love Ahlul Bayt, and we believe that muhabbat and love of Ahlul Bayt and love of Sahaba Kiram is the one that will be salvation for us on the day of judgment. This is Ahlus Sunnati wa Jama'at. Anywhere you go and anywhere you listen to anyone where you find that his tongue is moving in the direction where he's talking ill about any Sahabi, or he's talking ill about any Ahlul Bayt, that is not the place where you take your knowledge or ilm from. Ahlul Sunnati wa Jama'at does not discriminate among Sahaba in terms of talking ill about Sahaba Kiram. Hazrat Maula Kainat is the taj and crown of our heads. And we also love Hazrat Amir Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Maula Kainat, he became the Khalifa after Hazrat Sayyidina Uthman Ghani radiallahu ta'ala anhu passed away. People took the bay'ah on the hands of Hazrat Sayyidina Ali karamallahu ta'ala wajhahul kareem. But the time he has spent, approximately 4 years of the Khilafat, it was very difficult time, because there were two very sad occasions that took place, Jang-e Siffin and Jang-e Jamal. And both of these battles were between Muslims. One group, the group of Sayyidah Aisha Siddiqa and some of the Sahaba, they wanted Hazrat Maula Kainat to take the revenge of the killers of Hazrat Usman Ghani radiallahu ta'ala. And the other group, Hazrat Amir Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he did khuruj on Hazrat Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and those two battles are the sad part of the Islamic history. We cannot forget that. We cannot turn our eyes from that. Yet, we have to hold our tongues talking about them. We do not deny the ikhtilafat that happened between the Sahaba. We accept them, but we also accept our ulama and our scholars and our predecessors have told us that you and I are the servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and are sinners. We have no right to talk about those events in such a manner that we talk ill about any of those Sahaba, be it on any side in Jang-e Siffin or Jang-e Jamal. What we have to do, we love all of them as they are all the Ashabi Rasul, they are all the companions and the Sohbat Yafta of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam. We leave it up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What happened between them, it is up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to judge on the day of Qiyamah. Hazrat Maula Kainat had very difficult 4 years, and the Khawarij, those who had the hatred for Ahlul Bayt, the households of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam, and especially among them Ibn Muljim, he decided and planned that they are going to kill Hazrat Maula Kainat. And among them were those Kharji who also decided that we are going to kill Hazrat Amir Muawiyah at the same time. Now imagine, people are fighting over love Hazrat Ali or Hazrat Amir Muawiyah. Khawarij, they don't care about Islam. Rawafiz, they don't care about Islam. If they cared about Islam, they would not create these kind of fitna in the deen and in religion. They would kill anyone who would come in their way. They decided to kill Hazrat Amir Muawiyah as well as Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala. But the sad part is, the person Ibn Muljim, he comes to Kufa. That was the center for Hazrat Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala. Fajr time, comes in masjid, finds Hazrat Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala. According to some narration, he was entering in the Masjid Sharif of Kufa. And according to some narration, he was performing his sunnah. He was doing his second rakat of the Fajr sunnah. That's when he attacked on Hazrat Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and he was extremely injured because of the attack of sword from Ibn Muljim. And in 2 days time, Sayyidina Ali karamallahu ta'ala wajhul kareem, he passed away. So on 19th he was injured, and 21st of Ramadan, Hazrat Maula Kainat Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he departed from this dunya. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Currently, people visit Najaf Ashraf, and it is being said that that is the mazar and the final resting place of Sayyidina Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. But there is also dispute about it. Our ulama, they have also written that it is not known exactly where the shrine of Sayyidina Ali karamallahu ta'ala wajhul kareem is. The reason was Khawarij, they were on rise at that time. Any known place, the burial place for Sayyidina Ali karamallahu ta'ala wajhul kareem radiyallahu ta'ala anhu would have been tarnished by these people, and therefore it wasn't made known by people. Although our ulama also visit Najaf Ashraf. However, wherever we are and whichever country we are, the love of Hazrat Maula Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu has to be here, and we have to have the connection with this great personality. As Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam said, that whoever loved Hazrat Ali, whoever loved Ali as if he loved me, and who loved me, he loved Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Want to reach to Allah, love Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have countless mercy and blessings on the blessed shrine of Sayyidina Ali karamallahu ta'ala wajhul kareem. May Allah raise us on the day of Qiyamah among the lovers of Sayyidina Maula Ali Sher Khuda Mushkil Kusha radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. One announcement, and inshallah then we'll perform our salatu salam. I have a very beautiful book, and this is Muharram Shareef. This book is written by Imam Jalaluddin Suyuti rahmatullahi ta'ala. He has compiled approximately 60 ahadith, and it is in relation to Ahya'ul Mayyit bi Fada'ili Ahlil Bayt. Your heart is dead, you want to wake your heart up, give it a life, then read this book bi Fada'ili Ahlil Bayt, in the virtues of Ahl Bayt Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. This has been translated by our dear Maulana Dr. Athar Hussain Azhari Sahab. This will be available from tomorrow. If you come for Jummah, you can take a free copy. You must take a free copy, and then inshallah during the program this will be distributed as well. To publish this book, there are some brothers who have helped in terms of sponsoring it. I'll mention their names: Azhar Batti, Ibrahim Ajiz, Ibrahim Machar, Iqbal Beda, Hafiz Katib, and many more. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them all, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward Dr. Saab for his great work. Jazakumullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.